I am Dan.
I am Chris.
And you are watching News Barn.
News Barn. We haven't
done
this in a while.
Yes, and it's back. So, we had to bring it back because there have been some special things in the news.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
And bringing it back to the religious shit.
It's like...
It seems to be growing, and it seems to be in its last...
hurrah.
There's a lot of people who are insecure about their religion.
Right. So, and the most... We've been running... The reason why we're bringing up religion right now is... Miss Kim Davis.
Yes, Kim Davis, the county clerk in Kentucky,
who
refused to do her job based on religious grounds.
Yes, that was special.
It was pretty bad, and she was incarcerated, put in jail.
Right.
Because she disobeyed a judge's order that said you must issue marriage licenses.
Regardless
of your personal religious beliefs. And she said, basically, fuck you.
I mean, I understand certain religious points being done. Like, for instance, like you say, I respect those who may be of Jewish descent who say, I don't wish to work on Saturdays or Friday nights because to respect the Sabbath. Because that's kind of a long...
If your job demands it, then you don't want to do it. I say you get a new job, but
yeah, it's true.
I don't ever think you should assert your religious beliefs do not take priority over society.
Right.
That makes it quite clear in our First Amendment.
And you know what? If you can't show up because it's Sabbath, that's okay because someone else will show up and they'll likely get promoted over you because of your.
Sure, and yeah, you can usually we get weekends off. I don't ever think that's ever an issue. We've gotten weekends off since labor laws back in the 30s.
No, even before that, since the 1800s.
Yeah,
the
we
late
don't want
1800s.
to work. We don't want to work every fucking day because we'd lose our minds and shoot everybody.
Or we don't want to work at the same place every day, at least.
We don't want to work at the same place every day, exactly. So yeah, they do weekends.
Hence why stay-at-home moms will sometimes.
But some people are off like the whole weekend and they got to work the weekends and like.
Yeah.
If you have religious obligations that conflict with that, you need a new job. That's kind of what I say to people.
Or you ask for a new schedule and you work weekdays.
Sure, but
yeah, you try to find. You don't. But if your job is simply to put out stuff, to do certain things.
You be a cop. Can't. The cops are often your shift can start. They don't close on Sundays.
Yeah.
So they're going to need policemen.
All right. Yeah, but her whole thing was special, Miss Davis.
Yeah, Miss Davis. She said screw it and went to jail, and they kind of she had these supporters.
Yeah,
I didn't get it. I think it's really driving down the religious right to a deeper hole.
Well, here's the thing.
You're going to have 20% more people not believing next year. I mean, people have to wake up.
Well, the problem is you have the religious right, and they're just getting angry because I hate to say it, but a lot of people will justify racism and sexism and all that stuff based on religion because it gives them kind of a shield. And that's not saying that every person who is...
No, but in a lot of these cases, yeah, because it's like I was pointing out earlier to you, the woman was wearing pants. If you Christians don't know, that's against your biblical law. Okay, if you're going to say that's in the Old Testament, well, why don't you throw the other thing out in the Old Testament, which is killing or feeling bad for gay people. Eating shellfish is a sin, and getting divorced is too. Kim Davis did both of those.
No, I should be killed because I'm wearing denim and a kind of a cotton mixed shirt. I mean, that's against the Bible.
Denim,
flat.
Polyester cotton.
Oh, you got polyester, especially polyester cotton.
Yeah, so this is wrong. Kim Davis was wearing pants. I can't do that.
And she was wearing mixed garments.
Yeah, and she's been divorced.
Yes, and
and they asked her a good question. They said, you don't issue a marriage license, you don't want to issue them to homosexuals because you don't believe in them. Why do you issue it to people who've been divorced? She said, well, that's different.
No.
It's under a new thing. See, but it's funny how you're right. a lot of these people, they really just don't like gay people because they chose not to. They're different.
Yeah.
And they're big bigots, but they hide around their religion.
Right,
saying, well, God doesn't want me to. This is for God.
It's for Yahweh. It's Jehovah or whatever.
That's never made it more moral to me, but
Allah,
I think in their mind it does.
Or Allah, whoever you want to.
Yeah, that's never made it more moral in my mind, but I guess for some people I notice it does. Because I've always like, your God murders, and they're like, but he's my God. So I'm like, okay, so they're somehow rationalizing all the bad things that they don't accept in their own society within other people and themselves, but they're accepting within their God. I get it now.
Okay, for those of you who are of our viewers who are religious and who are good people because you believe it's the right thing to do, more power to you. But
yeah, we're not. I don't think every Christian believes in this. I'm saying these are some people that have emotional problems and are hiding amongst your name of being a Christian,
or whatever version of Christianity you choose to be.
Yeah, I think a lot of Christians did come out and kind of denounce this woman. Yeah. Because they said, you're making this bad for us, okay? We're trying to make this more of a positive message, and you're just a bunch of extremists.
Well, I think a lot of people, and I've heard this from a number of both, atheists and they're what we call cultural. A lot of people are what we call cultural Christians, which are basically their parents raised them as Christian. They're like, yeah, I'm a Christian because of this.
And they take certain things out of the Bible that were good, and they read it figuratively.
Yeah.
And they live their life that way, and that's fine.
That's good. Those are good people.
Those are good people, yeah. And they don't only use the Bible as their inspiration to live life.
They use proper morals.
It's a compartmentalized book they have over here, and they have their other life here.
Yeah. I mean, but you have the crazies who like to justify their bigotry.
Sure, they're bigots. There's a lot of hatred people have.
Yeah, so
it's been going on, and then they're comparing her to MLK. I'm like, no. Actually, she is actually comparable. There was the governor of Alabama back in the '60s when Brown
versus Board
of Education was passed to desegregate the schools. He stood in the way of the college.
Yep.
He said, "Fuck you! No black people are coming in here." That is who Kim Davis is.
And then they had to bring in
She is not MLK. She is fucking the governor of Alabama in the 60s.
They had to bring in actually the National Guard.
Yes, to tell him to fuck off. Okay, that's exactly here, choice. And I think.
And by the way, if you guys ever seen that scene in Forrest Gump where you see that's the exact scene
where he picks up the book.
It says, "Man,
is that where the governor stood in the doorway? Was that? Yeah, because it was in Alabama where Forrest Gump went to the college.
Yeah, and they let him.
And he talks to the kid. The guy is like, who are they letting in? It's like they're letting in coons in here, Forrest. It's like, oh, Mama just brushes raccoons off the porch with a broom. It's like, not coons, fucking niggers, you idiot.
We're just quoting a line.
Yeah, quoting a line.
But that's basically how people were like back then. And
pretty much. And it seems that still exists in a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'd say when you have...
I think it's much less.
When you have the people who like to hate, you have... Once it became inappropriate to make fun... To go after, black people, they wanted to... Some of them chose another target. Or they already had that target and they're like, well, we can't go after black people. It's wrong. Let's go after the gays.
Pretty much, yeah. And the gay thing's been going on for years.
And soon, like...
It's been a big thing. It was a big thing in Europe during the fascist movement.
And soon...
they don't like gays.
Yeah, well, and soon...
Why, I don't know.
Soon, like black people... And this is the thing, it's soon, it's going to become completely wrong, and they're going to have... Homophobes are going to become a very closet group. Just like racists are.
Homophobes, closet group.
They're
awfully open right now.
Yeah.
Though they hide around it. They're always like, well, I don't, it's not that we don't like gay people. I just don't want them putting all their shit in my face. And I've said, I don't know what they mean by that, sir. I don't think what are they putting in your face?
The fact that you...
they're proud that they're homosexuals and they say they are.
I've met a lot.
Or they kiss their husband or wife or girlfriend or lover in public, and I don't know what the fuck I don't know what they mean by that fucking shit. Is don't put it in my face.
You know what? I work at a public pool, and I had two women come up with a boy, and one of them paid, and we also have a lap pass, and it says, "This is my wife's lap pass." And I kind of went, okay. It stuck. It's one of those like, okay. And I'm like, oh well. It's one of those things that it stops you for a second. But you're like, whatever.
Lap pass.
To get in the pool.
Oh yes.
I'm like, oh okay. It kind of went, oh, that's a lesbian couple. Oh well, back to work. It doesn't bog me.
Might have turned you on a bit.
No, they weren't. They weren't. These were women in their 40s, and I respect them. And they're very nice to me, and I was very nice to them, as you are to any human being.
Yeah, I never really cared. I've known so many homosexuals, and I look at them as if you had a girlfriend, or you see me with mine.
Yeah.
I don't. You're with a person. You're with a person whether you're having sex with that person or not. I don't give a shit. You're with a person. We've been with people before, friend. Yeah. I'm with you right now. We're two dudes.
Yeah, we're two.
What's different?
Yeah, but what's the difference between me?
They just have sex later in a bedroom. You and I hang out. We don't have sex.
No, we chill out and do stuff.
Yeah, that's why I've always said I haven't had the issue.
And you know what? It's better, in my opinion, to have two men or two women raising a child than to have only one parent. Because at least you have two parents. You have two people to. You
have two people, and if people are always worried about in marriages, people always get male influence.
Yeah.
Or people always get influence of the opposite sex. If you have two moms or two dads, they're always gonna find other influence if you want them to see more men or see more women. They'll always find that. There's schools. That's why we have fucking schools.
But even if you want to have a mentor, you still will get that. Especially, let's say hypothetically, let's go with the idea that you have a girl who has two dads, but she goes to school and she has a female teacher as a role model, so therefore she gets both. Or you have the reverse happen. You have a boy raised by two women.
Sure.
And how
it happens with straight parents. When you have straight parents, they're not nurturing you completely to what you need and want to experience. I know my parents had brought their personalities to the table, but when I went to school and I made friends of teachers and learned new things, it brought a whole new world of different thoughts and ideas that my parents could not bring to the table.
Well, you get people who have different mindsets.
You always need new things outside your folks. Well, people shouldn't have this perspective that your folks is your whole fucking world. If it is, you may need to step back and reassess your life.
Yeah.
On your appropriate relationships with family. I know there's some families that are a little too like that, especially probably maybe in small towns and stuff. I don't know.
They're very close.
But I guess in urban areas. I know, but even in towns, you always can find outside influences. Come on, if you grow up in a town, it's almost like the town raises you.
Yeah,
not your family. It's the family. Your family is the town.
And your ideas are kind of not just formed from your family. Those are your primary ideas. It's formed by your and sometimes even reinforced.
Same thing in urban areas. I mean, our friends you make, then the parents of those friends too. How the influence they have on the kids.
Yeah.
And the kids' friends of theirs,
We're all kind of interconnected.
Yeah, we are.
So
another question.
Yeah.
What do you think of women in the military?
Don't mind them. There's
been that's been a new thing too. That's progressed.
You know what's interesting is my ancestors were Vikings and they didn't give two shits, and I don't give two.
I just say as long as I've had this discussion with a few people that got kind of jumpy about it, and a few ex-soldiers too, because they just know it's because now they've opened up infantry to women.
Yeah,
they used to have it where women could come, and the men for many years in the military they can do nursing work and secretarial work or support work, like they can do artillery maybe. Yeah. I don't know maybe. But now they're in combat.
That's gonna be fun. You know what?
One woman graduated Ranger School. That's hard. She's in Special Forces now. I've always said you have your standards.
Yeah.
Whoever passes the standards should never be questioned of entry. Now, I don't believe in dropping them. That's one thing that I had a friend that discussed. He says that would be an issue is if the military started dropping standards for women to get into the infantry, that would be dangerous.
This is how I think. In general, I think I've spent, and this is for about respect. Is I give courtesy freely, but respect is earned. And anybody who can show that they meet these snuff, I'm like, you were odd.
Dude, yeah, if you meet the criteria, why you shouldn't have a question. I mean, if you pass the standards that all the other soldiers pass, what the fuck are you bitching
if
about?
you've proven you're my equal in just by demonstrating it. When I say equal, I'm not calling it women or unequal. I'm saying as in a field of work. If anybody, regardless of there, if you prove that you're qualified to be with me, I am like, yes.
Yeah. One World War II vet told me he wouldn't want to see a woman dead. Said that would fuck him up more than seeing when he's seen men dead.
Well, I guess it goes back to the concept of men are not actually protective of women just because women.
Could that help the unit more? Though I was wondering if you see a woman, wouldn't you be more protective and work more as a unit?
Cohesive unit.
Yeah, wouldn't that increase the fighting power?
It's going to piss off ISIS and they see chicks blowing off.
That can be an issue. You don't want to be shot in extreme Muslim, organizations by women. You don't go to get your virgins. You go to a bad place. That's not a joke. A lot of people have said that too. I said, "Are you kidding?" I'm like, "Nope." If they see women shooting, they move out because if that bullet hits and goes to their head, they believe they're going to their Allah hell.
Yeah.
The Abrahamic religions have a very strange perspective on life.
Especially So I think that's it for our episode. All right, remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe. I'm Dan.
I'm Sexy Chris.
And that's it. See ya.
Peace.
If you
do what you want to do to us.
Yes.
We welcome it.